I moved to the Philippines, a country of over 117 million people, and yet, I remember days where I felt completely, utterly alone. It's a strange, sinking feeling, being an outsider in one of the most famously friendly places on Earth. You're surrounded by this incredible warmth, but you still feel like you're on the outside looking in. I thought I knew what belonging meant, but my journey into the heart of Filipino traditions, into concepts like pagmamano and the powerful Bayanihan spirit, didn't just teach me about the Philippines, it completely redefined my idea of home. When you first get here, the welcome is almost overwhelming. The smiles are genuine, the greetings are warm, and the hospitality is on a level that feels almost surreal. Strangers treat you like old friends, and friends treat you like family. And yet, for the longest time, I felt like there was an invisible wall between me and everyone else. I was a spectator of a beautiful culture, but not a participant. I was at the party, but I didn't know the dance. And that's the paradox, isn't it? How can you feel so lonely in a place that so openly embraces you? I'd be at a family gathering, surrounded by laughter and food, and just feel this profound sense of isolation. I struggled to get the intricate web of relationships, the unspoken social cues, the deep-seated values that connected everyone in the room. And I had a tough realization. Being welcomed isn't the same as belonging. Being liked isn't the same as being one of them. I was missing a key, some fundamental piece of understanding that would unlock the door to a real connection, so I went looking for it. My first breakthrough didn't come from some huge event, but from a quiet, humble gesture. I was at a friend's house, and as we walked in, I watched him greet his grandmother. He didn't just say hello. He took her hand gently, bowed his head, and pressed the back of her hand to his forehead. The gesture was silent, profound, and full of a respect I'd never seen before. This, I learned, was pagmamano. My friend explained it's an honoring gesture, a way to show respect and receive a blessing from your elders. It's not just for parents or grandparents, but for any older relative, godparent, or respected figure. The elder then often says, "God bless you," a simple phrase that carries the weight of a generational blessing. A few weeks later, I was at another gathering and found myself in front of my friend's Lola, his grandmother. My heart was pounding, but I hesitantly asked, "Mano po?" She just smiled this warm, knowing smile and offered her hand. As I performed the gesture, I felt something shift inside me. This wasn't just about me showing respect, it was about her accepting it. In that one simple act, I felt a flicker of acceptance. I was acknowledging her role and her wisdom, and in return, she was acknowledging me. Know you've been a good friend. I was learning that the Filipino family is the absolute bedrock of society. It's often multi-generational, with this immense value placed on taking care of each other. Pagmamano is way more than tradition. It's a physical reminder of that value. It strengthens the bond between generations and teaches humility and gratitude. It was the first key I found, the one that unlocked the door to the family, the most sacred space in the Philippines. But I soon found out that the cure for loneliness here isn't just getting an invite to the family table. It goes deeper. I started hearing a word that seemed to be the foundation for everything, Capwa. Now, a direct translation might tell you it means neighbor or fellow human being, but that's like calling the ocean wet. It just doesn't capture the depth. I was talking to a local sociologist who finally made it click. She told me, Capwa is the core of Filipino psychology. It means shared identity. It's this core belief that you and I aren't separate. The self isn't just me, it's us. That was the light bulb moment. In the West, we often see the world as I and you. There's a clear line where I end and you begin. But Capwa completely dissolves that line. It says you're an extension of me, and I'm an extension of you. The founder of Filipino psychology, Professor Virgilio Enriquez, called Capwa a recognition of a shared identity, an inner self shared with others. This one idea explained so much. It explained the effortless generosity, the instant sense of community, the way people share what little they have. It's not just being nice, it's a sense of duty that comes from a shared identity. When you see another person as Capwa, helping them isn't an act of charity, it's like helping yourself. Their well-being is tied to your own. Understanding Capwa changed how I saw everything. The vendor on the street wasn't just a stranger anymore, she was Capwa. The kid playing in the rain wasn't just some kid, he was Capwa. This wasn't just a cultural value, it was a totally different way of seeing humanity. It was the philosophy I'd been searching for. To belong here, I had to stop seeing myself as an I and start seeing myself as part of a we. Okay, here it is. If Capwa is the philosophy, then Bayanihan is that philosophy in action. It's the most famous Filipino value for a reason, and it is the most powerful antidote to loneliness I have ever seen. The classic image of Bayanihan is a whole town coming together to literally lift a neighbor's house and carry it somewhere else. It's a beautiful metaphor for community, but I honestly thought it was just a historical thing. I was so wrong. The spirit of Bayanihan is alive and well. It's just adapted. You see it every time there's a typhoon. Before the international aid can even get organized, communities are already moving. People share food, offer shelter, and start rebuilding, not because they're told to, but because it's just in them. During the pandemic, we saw the most incredible example, the community pantry. A single cart of groceries appeared on a sidewalk with a simple sign, "Take what you need, leave what you can." Within days, thousands of these pantries had popped up all over the country, run entirely by regular people. It was a breathtaking display of trust and collective action. That's modern Bayanihan. It's in the designers who sewed PPE for healthcare workers when there was a shortage. It's in the overseas workers who raise funds to help their kababayan, their countrymen, back home. That's when I realized that belonging isn't something you just get. It's something you do. It's about showing up. It's about contributing. It's about participating in the Bayanihan of everyday life. You don't find belonging by waiting for an invitation. You find it by asking, "How can I help?" You find it by putting your shoulder to the metaphorical house and lifting with everyone else. Once you get Capwa and Bayanihan, the rest of the cultural vocabulary starts to click into place. You learn about utang na loob, the debt of gratitude. It's not a burden, but a beautiful, lifelong bond of give and take that makes relationships stronger. You learn about malasakit, a deep compassion that drives people to genuinely care for each other's well-being. And you understand that Filipino hospitality isn't just about being polite, it's pakikipag kapwa tao, the act of treating someone as your equal, as your shared self. And this journey isn't just for foreigners. Many Filipinos who grew up abroad, the balikbayans, go through a similar rediscovery. They come back to the Philippines, sometimes feeling just as much like an outsider, searching for a connection to their roots. Their journey is also about learning this language of belonging, a language that isn't just spoken but lived. This journey has been one of the most profound of my life, and I know I'm still just scratching the surface. Every culture has its own keys to belonging, its own beautiful ways of connecting people. So I want to ask you, in your culture, or just in your own life, what does it mean to belong? What are the traditions, values, or actions that make you feel truly at home? Share your stories in the comments below. I would genuinely love to read them. And if you enjoyed this little exploration of culture and connection, maybe consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more. I came to the Philippines looking for a place to belong, and I found something so much deeper. I learned that belonging isn't a destination you arrive at. It's not a box you check. It's a constant, active process. It's taking an elder's hand, sharing a meal, seeing yourself in a stranger's eyes, and lifting together when things get heavy. It's understanding that home isn't just a building with four walls, but a network of relationships. It's a community you build and rebuild every single day, through small acts of respect and huge acts of communal love. My concept of home isn't a place on a map anymore. It's a feeling of shared identity, of being part of something larger than myself. It is the feeling of Capwa,